All right, this is a private stock video for those that invest in stocks. Today we are looking at Marqeta, and this is a stock that trades on the NASDAQ and is just about to see a fresh break of structure confirming an LPS of this model. So before we get too excited about this, let's take a look at Wyckoff structure, and I guess before we even do, give some clarity on this chart. So here we can see Marqeta, which is very strong fundamentally, as it is, they are making tech to do with like cards and make stuff like Coinbase One Card, DoorDash Card possible. A couple of names that are using Marqeta: Instacart, Uber, Brex, P Morgan, Chase, I believe that's a bank, Notion, I use Notion quite daily, Shopify, Clarina, etc. This is just a chart that is very clear, and you either see the structure or you don't. Marqeta can't really be making it too much clearer for us. You can see that we have this liquidity resting at $12. This is absolutely a target right here. You know what? Let's make this just a ray. So definitely a liquidity target right there. Beautiful buy side liquidity resting there. Look at how beautiful this chart is. It's absolutely a thing of beauty. So for the people, let me just give you a market structure lesson. So we're trending down like this, and then you get your structure like this. So this is your level 1 market structure. And what you can see here is that we take this low with an SFP. Sorry, for the video, shout out to my boy Surfer who told me about this. I actually just read his write-up on it, and I'm very impressed. I'm more a technical analysis guy. The technicals speak to me. That's why I'm talking about it. But it absolutely has fundamental backing that is quite clear. But the chart's accumulating, so it's going to go up. Back to market structure. This is our level 1 market structure. We're using market structure with the 6 candle rule. So knowing market structure, what we have right here is not a candle closure like we can see on this downtrend, where each market structure pull is closing below the last, closing below the last, closing below the last with candle closures. Here we can see just a wick below, and we call this an SFP. What an SFP is, a swing failure pattern. Okay, so we failed to close below, and this is very important because when you get a swing failure pattern, the high that created it now becomes a weak targeted high. So what do we see at this high? We actually see a Wyckoff Model 1 distribution to put in this high, and we call it an automatic reaction in the accumulation case, because there's algorithms that are putting in this distribution to then SFP this low to then accumulate. So yeah, it's very exciting. This chart, as I'm making this video, is very exciting, because now what happens? We have this high that is now weak. And if we follow our level 2 market structure, we can see that it's looking like this. We'll make that red. So hopefully you are still following. Market structure is fractal in nature, and it's level in nature. Very important to understand. So we are dissecting the market structure from now this high and this low of the swing failure, because I want a confirmation more so than the swing failure pattern that we're going to come to this high. And how do we confirm that? Well, we get a level 2 break of structure on the market structure trending down. And that's what we can see right here. So we get that break of structure on a very high time frame, confirming what we call a spring in phase B. So if we continue to put in our points here, we can see we had a selling climax now that we can build context, and ST phase B for spring phase B. So now what we can be looking for is the very, very exciting part, and it is why I'm making this video in the first place. So you can see after getting this breaker structure confirming an STB, we're pulling back and we're looking for an LPS. We're looking for Model 1s or Model 2s. If we would have taken this low again, we would be having ourselves a Model 1. But we can see that Marqeta left really good demand right here. You can see that on this 6-day order block that it left. You can also refine it with some lower ones, but we're not going to, because now we can look at our level 3 market structure. And what is that now telling us? So I've already showed you the level 2. Let's dissect the level 3. And you can see that this market structure is going like this. And now it's about to close right here. We'll make this blue. So this is how we confirm an LPS. Now we have 3 things. We have the SFP making this high weak. We have the level 2 breaker structure confirming STB making this high weak. We have a Wyckoff model structure targeting the range high. And now we have just in 21 hours about to confirm our level 3 breaker structure confirming an LPS. And therefore a Wyckoff model 2 accumulation. So let's put our Wyckoff point on here. It's not officially confirmed. It's going to take 21 hours. But you can see the buyers stepping in, and we will probably create this order block right here in 21 hours as well, giving us a demand chain now. So I haven't reviewed too many stocks on this channel, but this was one that I really couldn't look away from. Can we draw our liquidity curve? We can't really. I'm not sure how accurate the volume is. Oh my God, yeah. This is one you don't want to fade, guys. This is one that, you know, I'm expecting for sure a 68% pump to that range high. And most likely 188% pump. You know, this will probably take a couple years, but we could legitimately see it take place within the next year. So just very exciting chart to be looking at. Not financial advice, obviously, but this is just a thing of beauty, and you do not want to fade this. You do not want to fade this. Yeah, let's see what happens in 1 day, 22 hours, also for the 3-day time frame. But I would expect Marqeta to be pushing up pretty aggressively within the next year. All right, guys, been CJ, and I'll see you in the next one.